Okay. Very good morning and welcome back to your live virtual classes. This is paper 1 foundation accounting and we are in the chapter inventories, right? So everybody there. So we are back for one last class of inventory. So with this particular class, we'll be completing the inventories and you'll be going to your next chapter. So what is that? क्या है मैडम इसमें पेंडिंग? So the last class what we have done is, so every business will have inventories. हमने तो पढ़ाई की है, दो तरह की businesses होते हैं. वन इज मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एंड अदर वन इज ट्रेडिंग. मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में हमको डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ इन्वेंट्रीज होता है, रॉ मटेरियल से लेके वर्क इन प्रोसेस और फिनिश्ड गुड्स. और इन फिनिश्ड गुड्स को हम पैक करने के लिए पैकिंग मटेरियल यूज करते हैं. एंड इफ देर आर स्टोर्स एंड स्पेयर्स, सो थोड़ा कंज्यूमेबल्स जो कुछ भी हम फाइनल गुड्स के साथ यूज करते हैं, सो उन सभी को वी जस्ट टेक इट एंड वी विल बी पुटिंग इट अलॉन्ग विद द इन्वेंट्री ओनली. आप जब ट्रेडिंग बिजनेस में हो तो आपका एक ही टाइप ऑफ गुड्स होता है, ट्रेडिंग गुड्स और ट्रेडेड गुड्स. वो ट्रेडिंग गुड्स और ट्रेडेड गुड्स के लिए आप जो भी पैकिंग मटेरियल यूज करते हो वो भी आपके इन्वेंट्री बन जाता है. Loose tools, which are used commonly with every machinery, is a part of inventory. But the tools that are specifically used with one particular machinery, that will be classified as a capital asset or a fixed asset. Capital asset, fixed asset दोनों एक ही मीनिंग है. So then we understood inventory को हम कैसे वैल्यू करना है. Accounting standard 2 says that you have to value inventory at the cost or net realizable value whichever is less. क्यों less? मैडम हम कंजर्वेटिव कॉन्सेप्ट में जाते हैं. So that is why we do the conservatism concept, take whatever is less. So NRV क्या होता है मैडम? What is NRV? NRV is not the sale value alone. Sale value minus expenses that is done or incurred to effect the sale. So that is sale minus the expenses done for the sale. दैट इज द नेट रियलाइजेबल वैल्यू और एनआरवी. तो कॉस्ट में हम क्या क्या इंक्लूड करते हैं, क्या क्या इंक्लूड नहीं करते हैं? कॉस्ट ऑफ परचेज, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट, ऑल दैट कॉस्ट दैट इज यूज टू कन्वर्ट द रॉ मटेरियल इनटू फिनिश्ड गुड्स, वो सभी कॉस्ट हम यहाँ पे लाके वी एडेड. व्हाट यू डोंट ऐड, हम जिस कॉस्ट को इंक्लूड नहीं करना है, फर्स्ट इज रिफंडेबल टैक्सेस. जब आपको क्रेडिट मिलता है आप उस पर्टिकुलर टैक्स को नहीं कंसिडर करना है. उसका क्लासिक एग्जांपल है जीएसटी, गुड्स एंड सेल्स, गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज टैक्स. सो ये वाला जीएसटी आपको रिफंड और इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट ले सकते हो, व्हाट फैसिलिटीज अवेलेबल. सो यू विल नॉट बी कंसिडरिंग दिस फॉर taking into the part of the cost, but there is only one illustration wherein it is given to you that GST is non-refundable. उस टाइम पे आप उसको cost में मिला के you can just show it. Okay. And any storage cost, selling cost, administration cost, marketing expenses, advertisement, all of this will not form a part of your actual cost. Okay, then we started understanding what are the types of valuation or what are the types of ascertaining the cost of the inventories. हमने दो क्लासिफिकेशन पढ़ाया है, नॉन हिस्टोरिकल, हिस्टोरिकल. नॉन हिस्टोरिकल में एडजस्टेड सेलिंग प्राइस एक ही मेथड है, where we found out from the selling price of the closing stock we arrived at the cost price of the closing stock. कैसे arrive किया है? We found out the profit. How did we find out the profit? हमने sales और closing stock at selling price whatever is given, we have taken the total of credit and then we have taken whatever is there on the debit side. Trading account को याद कीजिए. You just imagine your trading account. On the credit side sales and closing stock at the credit the sale price, दोनों को लेना है. On the debit side, whatever cost that we are going to include, it can be opening stock, purchases, all the direct expenses like transportation, manufacturing cost, ये सबको हम लेते हैं. Yes, and when you subtract these two, you get the profit. ये वाला मिल जाता है total amount of profit. But you want to find out what is the profit on the closing stock alone. उसके लिए हम percentage को फाइंड आउट करना है. परसेंटेज के लिए क्या फॉर्मूला? टोटल ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट डिवाइडेड बाय सेल्स प्लस क्लोजिंग स्टॉक एट द सेलिंग प्राइस, दैट्स ऑल. ये वाला थोड़ा डिफरेंट है. आप अभी तक पढ़ाया है कि इट विल बी ओनली प्रॉफिट डिवाइड बाय सेल्स, बट यहाँ पे सेल्स में दो things hai. One is the normal sales, the other one is the closing stock which is taken at the selling price. You will arrive at the profit percentage. Then final step में closing stock at the selling price total value minus profit percentage को उसमें apply करके you will remove the amount and show the closing stock at the cost. ये है type 1 problems. Type 2 problems जहाँ होता है historical cost method में, when goods are not interchangeable, मैं एक marker और एक water bottle दोनों को manufacture करता हूँ, तो the items that I use for these two, the raw materials are not interchangeable. तो marker का cost separate है, बॉटल का कॉस्ट सेपरेट है. वी सॉ इलस्ट्रेशन नंबर 1 वेयर वी हैड PQR मटेरियल्स, उसका दोनों कॉस्ट और एनआरवी दिए गए थे. वी यूज्ड द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ कंजर्वेटिज्म एज पर अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड AS नंबर 2, वेयर इट सेज द कॉस्ट और नेट रियलाइजेबल वैल्यू विच एवर इज लेस. उनके हिसाब से हमने उस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व कर दिया. The third type of problems that I introduced were about the abnormal losses. Abnormal losses क्या होता है? जिसमें आपको कंट्रोल है, एंड इफ यू वुड हैव टेकन सम स्टेप्स उस लॉस को आप अवॉइड कर सकते थे. उस तरह के लॉस को हम अबनॉर्मल बोलते हैं. एंड ये वाला अबनॉर्मल लॉसेस आपके नॉर्मल कॉस्टिंग और आपके नॉर्मल ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट से रिमूव करनी चाहिए. जब आप एक नॉर्मल अबनॉर्मल आइटम के बारे में पढ़ते हो, व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू रीड अबाउट सम अबनॉर्मल आइटम्स दैट इज गिवन टू यू इन द क्वेश्चन, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंटली यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड where is the abnormal item being disclosed. Sometimes वो opening inventory में दिया गया जाता है, but they can also give you in the purchases. So the illustrations that we have done is illustration number 8 and practical question number 2, जहां में opening stock में ये वाला abnormal item को include किया गया है. So when an abnormal item is included in the opening stock, you should remove the cost of the abnormal item from the opening stock. But यहाँ पे एक और small adjustment दिया गया है. Total cost इतना है, रिटर्न डाउन वैल्यू, रिटर्न ऑफ वैल्यू थोड़ा कुछ भी अमाउंट वो दे रहा है. सो देन व्हाट यू शुड डू, टोटल कॉस्ट को लेने के प्लेस में टोटल कॉस्ट माइनस द रिटर्न डाउन वैल्यू, ये वाला आपको ओपनिंग स्टॉक से रिमूव करना पड़ेगा. फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ द पीपल non-English, so please come back. What is it? When we are going to talk about an abnormal item should be removed from the cost of it. So abnormal item, whatever is the cost, you should see where abnormal item is included. In illustration 8 and practical question number 2, we have included the abnormal item, or abnormal item was included with the opening stock. So you will go to the opening stock minus the cost. But the adjustments that we saw extra were, it is with the opening stock, I mean the cost minus written down value. So there is some value that is written off. So not 50,000, now reduce it by the written off value. Then the cost, whatever the net value comes, that you have to subtract it from the opening stock. And the second step is you should go to the sales and remove the sales of the abnormal item. Then you will get the normal sales. After getting normal sales, what should I do? You should apply the profit percentage. And here I told you should be very careful. Profit percentage जिसके percentage में दिया है, whether it is a percentage on cost or it is a percentage on sale, उसके हिसाब से you should convert it. I have given you a simple table to understand. When you have percentage on cost, उसको कैसे बदलते हैं हम percentage on sales पे? Simple, first fraction को convert करो. Fraction में बदलने के बाद what you should do, when you are going to from cost to sale, you should add 1 in the denominator, or from sale to cost, subtract 1 in the denominator. That if you do, it will be very, very easy. But read the question carefully. Clear everybody? So उस प्रॉफिट परसेंटेज को आप सेल्स में कैलकुलेट करके ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट को ओपन करके वहां पे यू विल राइट द प्रॉफिट. तो आपको बैलेंसिंग फिगर क्या मिलेगा? You will get the closing stock. So वो है third type of problem. And the fourth type of problem which I taught you was, मैडम हम इन्वेंट्री का स्टॉक लेते हैं, लाइक वी विल टेक द इन्वेंट्री को हम काउंट करना चाहिए. वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट, बिकॉज एवरी बिजनेस थोड़ा कुछ इन्वेंट्री को मांग के एक बार you will get that inventory and you will be stocking it at one particular warehouse. एक बार कुछ warehouse में आप store करते वहां पे छोड़ देते हो, और you will keep using the inventory or you will keep selling the inventory, but every time it is a good practice. एक good practice बन जाता है आप जब physically उस stock को count करते हो. So this process of physical stock taking is done by many entities, different time frequencies. कोई भी they do it yearly once, some of them do it monthly once, some of them do it quarterly once, some of them do it 6 months once. So चाहे जो कुछ भी हो, बट मैंडेटरली आपको 31 मार्च जब आप बुक्स को क्लोज करते हो, वन टाइम यू हैव टू डू द स्टॉक टेकिंग. क्यों मैडम हम क्लोजिंग टाइम में लेना है स्टॉक का वैल्यू? इट्स बिकॉज यू हैव टू राइट द करेक्ट स्टॉक वैल्यू इन योर बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स. आप जब बुक्स को क्लोज करते हो उस पर्टिकुलर ईयर में क्लोजिंग स्टॉक का क्या वैल्यू था, उसको अराइव करने के लिए यू शुड फिजिकली काउंट द स्टॉक. तो मैंने फोर्थ टाइप का प्रॉब्लम्स आपको इंट्रोड्यूस किया है, जहां पे वो stock taking 31st March, it couldn't have been done. Either you would have done before or you would have done after that. Yeah. How will you come back to the value of the inventory as of 31st of March? So that is the main part that you have to look at. So madam मैंने पिछले like I've done before 1 week madam 31st के लिए, तो आपको क्या करना है? उस 1 week का transactions, if it is sales or if it is purchase, purchases को add करना है, sales को subtract करना है. करेक्ट. बट सेल्स को जैसे डायरेक्टली सेल्स यू कैन नॉट टेक. सेल्स शुड बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स. उसके लिए क्या करते हैं, प्रॉफिट को रिमूव करते हैं. प्रॉफिट वेयर विल इट बी गिवन मैडम इन द क्वेश्चन. प्रॉफिट एज अ परसेंटेज ऑफ सेल्स if it is given directly apply. Profit as a percentage of cost it is given, don't apply directly, convert that into the sale and then you are going to apply. Madam, sales returns is there, madam, purchase returns is there, subtract that from the values of the total sales and total purchases, get the net value. तो मैडम परचेजेस के लिए कुछ प्रॉफिट को रिमूव करना है? नो, प्रॉफिट इज नॉट एट ऑल गिवन इन परचेजेस. परचेजेस दिया गया जाता है ओनली एट द कॉस्ट, दैट्स ऑल. तो मैडम मैंने April 10th ले लिया, मैडम हाउ डू आई कम बैक? कम बैक के लिए अब क्या करना पड़ेगा, सेल्स और कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स को ऐड करना है, परचेजेस को सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है. वॉट एवर रिटर्न ऑल्सो यू आर गोइंग टू सब्ट्रैक्ट. सो इस पर्टिकुलर कॉन्सेप्ट में आई हैव टॉट यू इलस्ट्रेशन नंबर 10, इलस्ट्रेशन नंबर 9. Okay, so illustration number 10 में you had on April 10th the stock taking was done. You had to come back on to find out the value of the stock as on 31st March. So you added the cost of sale, you subtracted the purchases. But वहां पे दो अलग adjustments थे. What were the adjustments? They told that there are two types of items. One is a non-slow moving item. The value has to be reduced. 11,250 से लेके 5,250 present value में you have to reduce. So that means 6,000 rupees you are supposed to reduce. My dear students, irrespective of जब आप स्टॉक टेकिंग कर रहे हो, whether before 31st March or after 31st March, wherever this type of transactions आपको जब क्वेश्चन में आता है, the difference or the value that you have to subtract, please subtract it, that's all. जिसका मीनिंग होता है अब उस पर्टिकुलर इन्वेंट्री का वैल्यू रिड्यूस हो चुका है, सो द नेट रियलाइजेबल वैल्यू इज लेसर, यू विल नॉट गेट द सेम वैल्यू. तो उसका वैल्यू आपको ही total inventory से you should also subtract that. Okay, and the second type of inventory that we saw was supplier ने कुछ delay किया है. Due to the mistake of the supplier, the delay has happened. He was not able to give you the goods on time, and the customer to whom you were supposed to sell the goods, उस customer को he's got angry. He told you didn't give me on that date, so now I'm not going to take your goods, you take back. So when one person has rejected, you are supposed to sell the goods to the others. So वहाँ क्या हुआ है, 15,500 actual sale value था. Since एक बार rejection हुआ था, 12,500 तक you are supposed to bring down the value. Why madam? It's because the business believes एक बार reject हुआ तो दोबारा कुछ discount देना पड़ेगा. So that is why उस reason के हिसाब से we have reduced the value of that inventory 3,000 rupees. So this was illustration 10. वो तो it was an easy illustration. Now we come back to the illustration number 9. This is illustration number 9. Madam, illustration number 9 में as you say there were sales purchases. उसके साथ साथ दो और transactions, दो और adjustments था madam. So what are those two adjustments? Very simple, very easy. So cost of sales के लिए कुछ भी नहीं है, 40,000 minus whatever the 20% that you did and you finished it. And purchases whatever the entire value I have taken here, subtracted it. Okay, तो मैडम whenever we get consignment stock, उसको हम कैसे डिस्क्लोज करना है? तो आई हैव टोल्ड यू इन द लास्ट क्लास वेरी क्लियरली, कंसाइनमेंट स्टॉक होता है किसी और का स्टॉक, इट इज somebody else's stock. You receive that stock only for the purpose of selling it and you get commission. You are not the owner. So consignment stock आप जब रिसीव करते हो, उसके लिए जो कुछ भी आपके पास अनसोल्ड स्टॉक है उसको आप डिडक्ट करना चाहिए आपके अकाउंट से. सो द अनसोल्ड कंसाइनमेंट स्टॉक विच यू हैव रिसीव्ड शुड बी रिमूव्ड. तो ये होता है पहले वाला. हमारा एग्जाम्पल और हमारा इलस्ट्रेशन में रिसीव्ड गुड्स था 8,000, उसमें से 20% और 50% सेल हो गया है, तो टोटल 70% हो गया. द रिमेनिंग 30% विच इज 8,000 इंटू 30%, 2,400 आपके पास अनसोल्ड स्टॉक के पास अनसोल्ड स्टॉक था, तो उसको आप डिडक्ट करना चाहिए. व्हाई डू यू डिडक्ट इट माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स? यू डिडक्ट इट बिकॉज इट इज नॉट योर स्टॉक, यू आर नॉट द ओनर. दिस इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट कॉम्पोनेंट. नाउ यू कैन आस्क मी मैडम, हमने यहाँ पे रिसीव किया है कंसाइनमेंट स्टॉक, व्हाट इफ वी सेंड द कंसाइनमेंट स्टॉक? वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. आप जब कंसाइनमेंट को गुड सेंड करते हो और आपका कंसाइनी he has some unsold stock, वो क्या करना है? You should add it with your books. So this is the adjustment. I want all of you to please start writing down the point. आप please start writing down the point. I will repeat it. Okay. Please write down point number 1. When you receive goods on consignment, when you receive goods on consignment from the consignor, बोर्ड में देखो, स्पेलिंग कंजाइनर, NOR. When you receive goods on consignment from the consignor, when you receive goods on consignment from a consignor, dash, the level of, all of you please write down, the level of unsold stock, the level of unsold stock, the level of unsold stock has to be, the level of unsold stock has to be removed from the level of unsold stock has to be removed from the closing inventory as on 31/3. The level of, the level, or you can write amount of unsold stock should be reduced from, should be reduced from the closing stock as at 31/3. Over. Point number two. Point number two. If we have sent the goods on consignment, if we have sent the goods on consignment, dash, dash, then the amount of unsold stock, then the amount of unsold stock, then the amount of unsold stock with the consignee, then the amount of unsold stock with the consignee should be added to your closing stock, should be added to your closing stock as on 31/3, should be added to your closing stock as on 31/3. Is this clear, everybody? Now the point number two. Madam, इसी question में, in the same question, we had sale on approval basis, madam. What do we do? Sale on approval basis means it is like you are selling on a condition. When the seller, when the customer accepts it and he feels that the goods are okay, he will accept the goods. If not, he is going to reject the goods. इस क्वेश्चन में to arrive at the value of this particular closing stock, when you send goods on approval basis, एक ही principle you should understand. एक ही principle आपको याद में रखना है कि जब goods on approval basis you are sending and उस goods में कुछ goods return हुआ है, leave it. उसके हिसाब कुछ भी नहीं करना है. बट जो goods अभी तक अप्रूवल नहीं मिला है और उस कस्टमर के पास है, उस गुड्स को लेके आपके स्टॉक में इंक्लूड करना है. Okay, you have to include, I will tell it again in English, for the goods that are sent on approval basis. For the goods out of that, if they are returned, that is okay, you will subtract the returns. Returns के लिए कुछ नहीं करना है, just leave it. But what are the goods that are still lying with the customer for which there is no approval received as on the closing date? That particular goods, you have to take it and add it with your closing stock. Here there is one catch. When the goods are sent on approval basis, you will show it at selling price. But when you include the goods, you should bring it to the cost price. So whatever way you are removing the profit for a normal sale. In the same way, the goods that is still remaining with the customer, उसके लिए भी आपको profit को remove करना पड़ेगा. 6,000 rupees actual value, 10,000 goods you have sent, 4,000 rejected, so you removed it. Out of that 6,000 which is still lying with them, उसमें profit था 20%, 1,200, remove it and you are going to add it. So in a question, if you are going to add the cost of sales, goods on approval, वो भी आप add करते हो. If you are doing as less the sales, then it will also be, yes, if you are going to less the sales, then that has to be subtracted. And for Madan, who has asked me who is consigner, who is the sender of the goods, consignee is the receiver of the goods. Okay, that is good. Now please make down a note for the second point, which is sale on approval basis. Please make a note for the second point, which is sale on approval basis. Whenever Yes, Majumdar, what is the problem? You are calculating the physical stock as on 31/3. Correct? No. So when you are talking about physical stock, the cost of goods which is sent on approval basis, even though that is there with the customer, is it your stock or not? Still the customer has not accepted, no? So that will physically form a part of your stock. So you are bringing it back. आप उसको add करके you are showing it as a part of your stock. But consignment stock आप जिसको receive किया है, is it your stock correctly? No. So as on 31st, that is not your stock. So you're subtracting it. Please याद रखिए, please remember that whatever stock you're arriving, वो होता है physical stock का numbers that we are coming here. Okay? Please make a note of the point. When goods are sent on approval basis, I want you to write quickly. We have another important concept and so much more to cover, ma. So the first point is when the goods are sent on approval basis, comma, when the goods are sent on approval basis, comma, those goods, those goods, those goods which are not returned, those goods which are not returned, but not yet accepted, those goods which are not returned, but not accepted, comma, should be added to, should be added to the closing inventory, should be added to the closing inventory as on 31/3, should be added to the closing inventory as on 31/3 at the cost of sales, at the cost price. Or you can write cost of sales will be confusing, just write at the cost price. It will be at the cost price. Is this clear? Do you people have any doubts? I want everybody of you to answer. This is what we have done till the last class. And this is the question that I have solved. Very, very easy. If you people understand this, then going ahead with the next concepts will be very easy. We will be solving the remaining illustrations. And then practical question 3, practical question 4 also we will be doing it. With that, inventory comes to an end. I want all of you to understand. I want all of you to answer if you have understood this. Okay, good. Now we are going to another important concept, the last concept that we know, wherein under the historical method, when the goods are interchangeable, उसका मतलब क्या है, madam? When the goods are interchangeable, it means that you are manufacturing markers, but let us say different colors of markers, black, blue, green, red. So the different colors of markers, you are still in the marker business only, but differently you are producing different colors of markers. So in that case, what happens? The raw material of one marker, except for the color dyeing, can be used as the raw material for another marker also. Correct? That is, you can have this outside. Maybe the outer cover, this part and the cap, everything will be Kashish Singh. Second point. I don't know what I repeated also. Somebody take a photo and put it in the group, no? For the benefit of the other students, whatever notes I have given. But Kashish, before you go there, please listen to this important concept. So when the goods are interchangeable, that means the same kind of final product you are manufacturing, but with a simple variation, let us say. Okay. So when the goods are interchangeable, you will have four different types of methods. FIFO, LIFO, simple average, weighted average. Okay. So before we go ahead with understanding what is what, we have two types of inventory systems in the accounting parlance. So one is periodic inventory system. One is perpetual inventory system. What is the meaning, madam? Now, periodic inventory systems are maintained by small enterprises where your stock volume is considerably less. That means the major thing or here is periodic means at a particular inventory, at a particular frequency of time period, these people will physically count the inventory. In periodic inventory system, what happens is the inventory value is done or it is taken after you physically count the stock. That is the meaning. So here, physical stock counting is done. Physical stock taking is done to arrive at the closing stock value. Then, okay, madam, here physical stock taking is done. What is the period? Usually, it can be yearly ones, or it can be quarterly ones, or it can be half yearly ones. So, when I am going to do that stock taking, madam, then I should stop the production, stop the business, whether it is production or distribution. I need to stop that and do. I need to stop the business and then I have to do all the physical counting. And then only I will be able to go ahead itself, madam. So that is the point here. You can do it, but physical stock taking is done. Closing stock is arrived, and then only you are going to take that value. This is suitable for small enterprises because it is dealing with small stock, and here it is not very expensive because you just employ people to sit down and count. But you tell me, will you have control? Suppose you are doing the stock taking 6 months once. But in the period of 6 months, if there is theft, if there is pilferage, if rod and rats ne kuch kaya hai aapka inventory, will you come to know about it? The control is very less here because you are taking the physical stock at some time daily you are not taking, no. So yes, this is the system that is based on the physical inventory verification. जब आपको फिजिकली जाके क्लोजिंग स्टॉक को काउंट करते हो देन ओनली यू विल थिंक ओके दिस मच क्लोजिंग स्टॉक इज देयर सो दिस सिस्टम वेयर पीरियडिकली जो कुछ भी ईयरली यस इट रिक्वायर्स द क्लोजिंग ऑफ द बिजनेस आवर्स आपको उस टाइम पे कुछ बिजनेस आप मैन्युफैक्चर और परचेज और सेल करने से व्हाट हैपेंस वो स्टॉक का वैल्यू यू कांट गेट इट प्रॉपरली नो सो यू शुड नॉट कीप डूइंग दैट ऑल्सो स्टॉप द बिजनेस काउंट करो फिर क्लोजिंग स्टॉक को फिक्स करो देन यू गो बैक अगेन बिजनेस चालू कर दो आफ्टर ऑल ऑफ दिस एक्सरसाइज ओके बट यहाँ पे कंट्रोल बहुत लेस होगा बिकॉज अंटिल द टाइम आप उसको काउंट नहीं करते हो कब कैसा पता चलेगा ओके नाउ आई वांट यू पीपल टू टेल मी वन फॉर्मूला व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला फॉर कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स सोल्ड कैन समबडी टेल मी व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला फॉर कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स सोल्ड या कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स सोल्ड का फॉर्मूला क्या है ओपनिंग स्टॉक प्लस परचेजेस सभी डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस एवरीथिंग आई डू माइनस क्लोजिंग स्टॉक करेक्ट तो जब आपको व्हेन यू डू द पीरियोडिक इन्वेंटरी सिस्टम ओके प्लस डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस माइनस द क्लोजिंग स्टॉक व्हेन यू डू द पीरियोडिक इन्वेंटरी सिस्टम you know what happens is you will get the closing stock value here. So always your balancing figure will be what is the cost of the goods that you have sold. सो पीरियोडिक सिस्टम में आप जब व्हेन यू यूज इट, यस, पीरियोडिक सिस्टम में आप जब व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू यूज इट, आपको फर्स्ट क्लोजिंग स्टॉक का वैल्यू यू विल अराइव, and based on that you are going to find out what is the cost of goods sold. Okay madam, periodic inventory I understood. Perpetual inventory is opposite of periodic inventory. यहाँ पे बहुत large enterprises who deal in very big quantities of your finished goods or your inventory, and where कंट्रोल तो होना ही चाहिए. एक एक जगह भी आपको कुछ इन्वेंट्री का लॉस आ गया, उसका यू कांट वेट अंटिल द स्टॉक टेकिंग इज डन. यहाँ पीरियोडिकली स्टॉक को हम नहीं काउंट करते हैं, बट बल्कि एट एवरी प्लेस जो कुछ भी परचेज में करती हूँ, जो कुछ भी मैं सेल करती हूँ, जो कुछ भी मैं प्रोडक्शन के लिए इश्यू करती हूँ, वो सारे की सारे ऑल द ट्रांजैक्शंस आर डन इमीडिएटली. द रिकॉर्डिंग ऑफ ऑल द ट्रांजैक्शंस इन अ परपेचुअल इन्वेंटरी सिस्टम आर डन as and when it happens. So this is applicable for large enterprises who deal in bigger volumes. Okay. And yahan, this is very expensive because you are implementing systems, ERPs, हमको enterprise resource programs और वो बोलते हैं. So wherein वो आप systems में you put the entire tracking. So the point when it comes, अब जब जिसको भी purchase करते हो raw material, gate में आपके factory में arrive होने के time में ही आप gate register उस book में entry करते हो. वहां से सिस्टम में एंटर करने से वो आगे बढ़ जाता है. देन व्हेन यू स्टोर दैट इन द इन्वेंटरी, द वेयर हाउसेस में, रैक्स में, यू पुट दैट नंबर्स एंड यू आर गोइंग टू स्टोर. सो जिस कंसाइनमेंट, जिस पार्सल, जिस पर्टिकुलर डिलीवरी हुआ है, वो कहाँ पे किस रैक पे रख दिया गया है, दैट लेवल ऑफ इन्वेंटरी मेंटेनेंस विल बी देयर. एंड व्हेन यू इश्यू द रॉ मटेरियल फॉर प्रोडक्शन, यू नो दैट यहाँ से इस रैक से, इस कॉर्नर से, इस पर्टिकुलर तरह से दिस रॉ मटेरियल हैज गॉन. तो वहां से यू विल रिड्यूस द वैल्यू. खुद बुक्स में ऑटोमेटिकली बुक्स कीप ऑन अपडेटिंग देमसेल्व्स बिकॉज आपने पैसे बहुत खर्चा करके यू हैव पुट द सिस्टम्स इन प्लेस. सो वेन एवर माई डियर स्टूडेंट्स, यू कैन आस्क मी अ क्वेश्चन, बट मैडम जहाँ पे रैट्स खाते हैं, जहाँ पे जो कुछ भी पिल्फरेज और थेफ्ट होता है, then how will the system record it madam when it is not there? Still that type of system, still it has not come. जो कुछ भी हम मांगते हैं, जो कुछ भी हम इश्यू करते हैं, उसका एंट्रीज हम खुद बनाते हैं. उसका तो हमारा वी नो अबाउट इट, वी हैव द नॉलेज अबाउट इट. बट जिसका तो नॉलेज नहीं होगा जब तक यू फिजिकली काउंट, सो परपेचुअल में भी फ्रीक्वेंटली और इन सम पर्टिकुलर टाइम दे विल डू द फिजिकल काउंटिंग. ओके. तो पीरियोडिक वॉज अ वेरी एज ओल्ड मेथड, हिस्टोरिकल मेथड. छोटे छोटे बिजनेस के लिए थोड़ा सा वॉल्यूम्स, जो कुछ भी पैसे को नहीं खर्चा करते हैं, वो पीरियोडिक इन्वेंट्री सिस्टम को लगाते थे. एंड इन्वेंट्रीज को दे यूज टू फिजिकली काउंट एंड उसको बुक्स में लाते थे. बट व्हेन बिगर बिजनेसेस एंड बिजनेस स्कोप एक्सपैंडेड, इंक्रीज्ड, यू कैन नॉट स्टिल रिलाई ऑन स्टॉपिंग एंड काउंटिंग 1 लाख आइटम्स एंड देन आई विल डू द बिजनेस. बिजनेस लॉस हो जाएगा. सो देन perpetual inventory system came, which was very expensive, and here control was more compared to a periodic inventory. Correct? Then what happened? You did not have to, no need to stop or close the business. Close nahi hai, stop the business. Because automatically it keeps on counting each and every time. Here also, we can have physical inventory because physically counting, nothing will replace that. How many ever AI tools are going to come? You're going to sit down and physically count what is going to happen. Okay, we can physically count at intervals based on the volumes and what is the method. And my dear students, here physical mostly not done, but every entry or every transaction is recorded. That is, we first record whatever is received, whatever you have issued, whatever you have sold. Madam, issued kya hai madam? Sold kya hai madam? Sold is one which you give it to the end customer. आप जब sell करते हो पैसा को, you earn. That is called as sales. But issue not like that, madam. Manufacturing entities में raw materials जब production में जाते हैं, raw materials batches को हम batch में उसको उसमें डालते हैं प्रोडक्शन में, उसको हम बोलते हैं इश्यू. ओके. तो मैडम इस वाला this particular formula, does it change? Yes. In case of periodic inventory, closing stock, you know, opening stock value, you know, this purchases and you compute this value here. So आपको मिलता था COGS, that is cost of goods sold. But when you follow perpetual inventory system, opening stock का आपका value है, yes, purchases का भी value known है, but यहाँ पे closing stock का value will be coming as the balancing figure because you don't do the physical counting. Okay, the COGS will be computed using the perpetual system. Because यहाँ पे every transaction you are going to record it, so that gets covered under COGS. तो closing stock बन जाता है आपका balancing figure. The residual figure that you are going to get will be shown as the closing stock यहाँ पे. तो did you understand both the methods? Periodic inventory system अभी भी चालू है. It is still, they are still following periodic systems with case of small enterprises, no? But everybody has implemented tally, तो सबके पास है, but manually you go and enter it in the tally, so that is still happening because they feel मेरे पास बहुत कुछ controls है, कुछ भी नहीं, stock cannot go anywhere, कोई भी नहीं आ सकता है, rodents के लिए I have taken all measures. When businesses feel that way, they still can continue with this. Okay, did you all understand? Everybody, I want everybody to answer. Pragati, Harshit, Jayashri, Vaishnav, Priyal Kumari, Ushasri. What, Nikhil, where you want me to explain? Majumdar, Dakshata, others, Akshit, Jyoti Saini, Ikra, Sandeep Kumar. Did you all understand what are the two methods? You want to note it. You can note it afterwards. This will be available on the YouTube also. Take a screenshot and note it, okay? Now, अभी हम पढ़ रहे हैं और we are going to see how to value the inventory when there are raw materials purchased in batches, issued in batches. अभी हम जाते हैं illustration number 2 के लिए. You have the date, you have the quantity, you have the price. Okay? I want all of you to see illustration number 2. Everybody open your book page number, illustration number 2. So let me go ahead and write the question for you. Date is December 4th, 10th, 11th, 19th, 28th. डिफरेंट डेट्स में आपने डिफरेंट लॉट्स को परचेज किया है. यहाँ पे 900, यहाँ पे 400, 300, 200, 800, टोटली 2600 यूनिट्स. बट अलग अलग बैच, सो अलग अलग प्राइजेस है. फर्स्ट बैच 950 रुपीज में परचेज किया है, सेकेंड बैच थर्ड बैच 5555, then 60 and then 47 rupees. Now the question is, वो बता रहा है कि receipts नहीं है, issues किया है प्रोडक्शन के लिए 1600 यूनिट्स दिया गया है प्रोडक्शन के लिए. issues means प्रोडक्शन के लिए. Yes, Sumant is asking me, perpetual inventory system చేసేటప్పుడు periodicity చేయాలా అంటే see, ఎప్పుడు రెండు మెథడ్స్ చేయక్కర్లేదు. In your exam perspective, they will give you compute under periodic, compute under perpetual. So that time you should change the method. Okay. But practically, if you ask me in the bigger firms, yes, perpetually they will implement ERP systems, implement हो जाता है बड़े बड़े enterprises में. They will also do the physical counting in place. Okay. Now, my dear students, come back to this particular concept. So, 1600 issues हो चुका है. मैडम कहाँ पे issue हो चुका है? 2600 units आपने purchase किया है, out of which 1600 units has been consumed, or you can also call it as issued for production. Okay. Now, out of this raw materials, how much is remaining? What is the closing stock? Can somebody tell me what is the closing stock? Please use your common sense. What is the closing stock? Total raw material purchased 2600. 1600 are used for production. Yes. Closing stock is the difference. What is not unused? So 1000 units ka value you should take. Madam, should I take 50? Should I take 55? Should I take this? That will be the confusion. So this is where we are going to use the words 400. Where 400, Sandeep Kumar? No, ma. 2600, 1600 issued. The remaining is 100 units. So the point is what rate we are going to take. So to determine the rate, we have the methods. First one is called FIFO method. First in, first out. If they say the firm is following first in, first out, the meaning is those purchases you do it first. Issues will be given from them. That is, ascending order में it will be given. For example, let us see, 1600 units को issue किया है. If in the question they say enterprise follows which method? First in, first off method is going to be followed, is what they say. Then you should understand the first purchases will be given out first. That is the 1600 units को how they would have issued. First December 4 जिस quantity को purchase किया है उसको issue किया है. Next, second one is December 10th, 400 units. That is also issued. If you add these two, are you getting 1600? No. So go one more step here. 300 units. Abhi usko add karo. Yes. So 900 is given, 400 is given, 300 is given. So when I'm coming from top to bottom, ascending order, chronological order, starting from the first purchase, I issue that first. Second purchase, then I issue. Third purchase, then I do it. Then what happens? What is the remaining which you have not issued? Issue नहीं किया है अभी तक. क्या है वो दो batches क्या है? 200 into 60, 800 into 47. So 200 into 60 is 12,000. 800 into 47 क्या होता है? 37,600. तो मैडम मेरा 1000 units का value as per FIFO method comes to 49,600. So my dear students, when they say FIFO method, वो FIFO method directly closing stock पे you cannot apply it. What you should do? You should see how the issues are made. तो अभी issues को you will write it. Issues को जैसे देते हैं, if I'm going to follow first in first out, first whatever is there, फर्स्ट वॉट एवर आई परचेज रॉ मटेरियल्स उस बैच को फर्स्ट मैं इश्यू कर देती हूँ. दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ फर्स्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट. दैट विच कम्स फर्स्ट इन दैट गोज आउट फर्स्ट टू द प्रोडक्शन. First in, first out. Do you have any doubts with this? How did we get under this method? Simple. Did you all understand? 1600. I want everybody of you to tell me. First in, first out means issues के लिए जो कुछ भी first आता है. 900 is first chronologically I purchased this, so I will bring it here. So 1600 में 900 over. Come to the second batch. In that 400 is there. I need to still use 400, so I will bring that. Come to the third batch, 300. So इन तीनों को मिला के issues हो गया है. तो बाकी आपके पास जो कुछ भी है, that is only your closing stock. I want you people to answer completely. I want you people to see whether you have understood fully. Everybody, I want you to answer. Nikhil, then very good. Now I'm talking about Nikhil's doubt. Let me see the next part. I will teach you the next LIFO. There I will answer your concept. The same question, my dear students, as per FIFO, the amount is 1000 units. 49,600. Now the question says, no, use the second method, LIFO. That is last in, first out. That means what? Whichever has come last, that will go first. That means out of this, suppose if I'm going to write, all of you please see date, quantity and the price. So 900, 400, 300, 200, 800. The price is 50, 55, 55, 60. So this is 28th, 19, 11, 10, 4. Now, madam, LIFO में दिया गया है 1600 units को कहाँ से I will take first? You tell me, कहाँ से I will take first? I will take it. What are the last purchases I did? That I will take first. Very good. इसमें से 800 हो गया. Next I come to, again I need this 200 also over. Next I come here to 300. Even then I am not getting 1600. यहाँ तक क्या है? 800, 200, 300 हो गया है. From this lot, my dear students, how much if I take that is enough? To get 1600, I already have 1300 here. So if I take 300 from this lot, तो क्या हो गया है? 400 से I have taken only 300. What I have done? 400 से I have taken 300. So यहाँ पे कितना balance है? 400 minus 300. 100 यूनिट्स इस बैच से बैलेंस है, उसका वैल्यू है 55, तो 900 इज स्टिल, दिस इज 9000, हाँ 950 I am sorry, so 45,000, this is 5,500, so when I add these two, 50,500, so 1000 units के लिए this is the value as per LIFO. Did you understand? FIFO, how it is done? It is done ascending order. It is done from the first purchases. But LIFO, it goes from the recent purchases. It goes from the recent purchases. Is this clear to everybody? किसी को यहाँ पे doubts है? I want all of you to answer, please. One more time, Priyal Kumari is asking. Okay, please see Priyal Kumari. Very simple concept. Whenever they give you, okay, यहाँ पे they're asking you to find out the value of closing stock. So you have raw materials कुछ purchase हुआ है. Purchases से you have issued 1600 units, Priyal. Issue का मतलब क्या है? You have given it for production. Okay. So now coming back, closing stock आपको मालूम है कि 2600 से 1600 already issue हो चुका है. So now what will I do with the remaining 1000 units के लिए? What is it? Closing stock है. उसका कौन सा वैल्यू देना है, एंड दैट टू व्हेन द गुड्स आर इंटरचेंजेबल, आप डिफरेंट लॉट्स और डिफरेंट इंस्टॉलमेंट्स से यू आर परचेज्ड. सो व्हाट आई हैव टू डू, that whether this particular 1000 units, whatever is the closing stock, which value I have to take. So in the question आपको दिया जाएगा LIFO या FIFO, that will be given to you. So first thing is FIFO method. FIFO method means what? First in, first out. So the issues that you make will be given out of the purchases that you do first, earlier. So first batch is 900. So 1600, whatever you have issued, first will come from 900. The next lot will come from the second batch 400. The next lot will be 300. So इस सब को आपने दे दिया है. What is left with you? Only 200 and 800. So इसका value compute करने से 200 plus 800 is your 1000 units. उसका अलग अलग value है, दोनों मिला के you have done 49,600. Opposite of this is LIFO. That is recent purchases, whatever you have done will be given first. So first I go from the descending order from down. Top, when I come, that is called as your FIFO. When I go from down, where do you go from down means it is meaning is issues के लिए you are going to count from below. Okay, issues के लिए you are going to count from below. So this 1600 first comes from 800, 200, 300 and इसमें से 300 extra you have taken. So यहाँ पे बाकी है 100, यहाँ पे है 900. You are doing it. So Sumant asked me. Yes, they will give you clearly, Sumant. It will be given either LIFO or FIFO. Everything will be mentioned. Is this clear? These two methods. The next one, the next method is simple average method. What is simple average? Very simple. How do you find your percentage? 500 के लिए you have written 5 subjects. Okay. I will come back, Harshit, to your doubt. 500. Each paper 100 marks you are taken. Okay, you have taken and you have written. So how will you find out the percentage? How will you do the percentage? Every particular marks in 5 subjects divide by 5. That is called as simple average. So here you have different prices. Madam, different prices I have purchased. So take a simple average 50 plus 55, 55 plus 60 plus 47 divided by how many batches are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 batches. So the value will be, all of you please see what will be the value. Yes, it is like mean, median. You do all of that. No, so it is taking the observations of the mean. So the total value comes to 267. 267 divided by 3, 53.4. Round it up to 1 or 2 decimals. Take 2 decimals always. Is this clear? Now, what is the value of the closing stock? 1000 units into 53.4. 53,400 rupees is the value as per which method? Simple average method. Navadeep Nirale, it will always be equal. How will they give that is not equal? Yeah. Navadeep is asking, Madam, always here we got 1000 units. Here also both I am adding, this is also coming to 1000. But in any case, this 1000 will not match. No, 1000 will match. Definitely it has to match. Okay. Now how to make answer presentation in the exam. एग्जाम के लिए presentation यही है. ये है periodic inventory system. So periodic inventory system, after doing everything you get the value of this. Okay, issues इतना है, purchases इतना किया है. So when they say under periodic inventory system, LIFO method में closing stock का value compute करो. और if they say perpetual inventory system, use weighted average method, you should do it accordingly. Okay. Now, please see the last method. Fourth method is also there. What, madam? These many methods are. Yes, these many methods. This is called as weighted average method. Very simple. What is weighted average? Simple average ऐसा किया है. Weighted average के लिए you should multiply quantity into price. You will get the amount column. Fatafat, can somebody tell me? Quantity into price. This will be, I'm writing it here. Okay, amount ka column. 9,000 into 50, 45,000 is the first one. Okay, one thing I will do. Why should I do all of this confusion? यहाँ पे I will write closing stock as per LIFO method gives me how much was the value? 50,500. Okay. Now come here. 90 into this is 45,000. This into this is 22,000. This is 17,500. This is 12,000. And this is 37,600. Now I want you to add everything. Total units divided by the total value, 1,33,100. Everybody, 1,33,100. Now find out the weighted average price. Weighted average price होता है 1,33,100 divided by 2,600 units. Total of amount, total of quantity you are going to divide. So when you do like that, what is the value that you are getting? You will be getting 51.19. So the closing stock value is what? 51.19 into 1000, which gives you 51,190, or you can round it off to 51,200. Third May 16,500. Okay, it is 1,33,100. Did you understand? Now, my dear students, I taught you all the four methods. Is four methods say which method practically it is correct, madam? If you say the accounting standard always says between LIFO and FIFO, always use FIFO. It permits you to use FIFO. It does not permit you to use LIFO. All of you, please listen very, very carefully. Out of the four methods, the industry or the business can follow any method. It is the prerogative of the business. But here clearly the accounting standard says for the purposes of value of inventory, okay, purposes of the value of the inventory, it is always better you go as per FIFO method. That is correct, no? Whatever raw materials you purchased first, that only I should issue first, no? Why will I wait and take this one? Then what will happen to the quality of these goods? Sometimes it will become very difficult for you to ascertain. Sometimes you can also lose the value. So whatever raw materials you purchased first, you use it first. That is a better method. Correct? Did you all understand? So accounting standard permits which method, ma? It permits only the FIFO method. Okay. వచ్చాక మళ్ళీ 1000 తో ఎందుకు 1000 is the closing stock, no, Sumant? This is 53.4 rupees వచ్చింది. This is not percentage, my dear students. This is rupees. Our entire talk was, Sumant, ఎందుకు అంత కనిపెడుతున్నాము? 1000 units అనేది మన క్లోజింగ్ స్టాక్. సో దాన్ని ఏ వాల్యూలో తీసుకుంటాం అనేదే కదా క్వశ్చన్. సో వాల్యూ హైస్ అరైవ్డ్ 53.4 పర్ యూనిట్ వచ్చేసింది. సో 1000 units you have to multiply and show the closing stock. Okay, simple average, weighted average. How will we calculate the quantity of closing stock? Simple average and weighted average price you are computing. Okay, but when you come here, closing stock के लिए हमने तो formula already use ही किया है, Harshit. What is the formula? Total purchases 2,600. In that issued is 1,600. ये वाला information आपको दिया जाएगा question पे. You should just take it and subtract it. That's all. You should just take it and subtract it. Did you people understand? So this is a classic example of periodic inventory system, but in your question, in your textbook, okay? So in your textbook, my dear students, illustration 2 or 1, 2, 3, whatever is come until third one, illustration 1 is different. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 4 questions they've given you in variations. Whatever I've done it on the board, it is separate. Okay. I did it in one shot to show you how to explain all the 4 methods under periodic at one place. But in your system, in your book, थोड़ा सा वेरिएशन दिया है which when I do perpetual inventory system now you will understand. Okay. Now madam do FIFO, it is mandatory for company. So संदीप यहाँ पे कुछ मैंडेटरी नहीं होता है, बट अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स के हिसाब से आप जब फीफो को फॉलो करते हो आपको करेक्ट वैल्यूएशन, यू विल गेट अ गुड वैल्यूएशन. यू प्लीज सी हियर, when you follow FIFO, what is the value you are getting? 49,500. When you follow LIFO, you are getting 5,500. When you follow simple average, you're getting 53,500, 53,400. And when you follow weighted average, you're getting 51,200. In चारों value में से out of the 4 values, which value is very less as per which method? You tell me. Out of the 4 methods, which value is less when you are getting it? You tell me. You are getting FIFO method as very less. That is why your accounting standard says conservatism concept ke hisab se value of closing stock should be less, no? So that is why it is telling if you go as per FIFO method, you will get the better value, which is always the lesser value. That is the meaning. Did you understand? Now you people tell me. Now I will ask you a question. You people tell me, under inflationary trend, what is inflationary trend? जब आपका purchases का value बढ़ जाता है, तो inflationary trend में which method, FIFO method or LIFO method, which method will give you highest value of the closing stock? मेरा क्वेश्चन ठीक से समझो प्लीज, थोड़ा आपका ब्रेन को यूज करना है. यू शुड यूज योर ब्रेन्स एंड टेल मी when there is inflationary trends. All of you please see, inflationary trends का meaning क्या है? Whenever you are purchasing, let us say the first lot you are purchasing for 20, then it becomes 30, then it becomes 40, then it becomes 50. The price is increasing with every lot. Okay. Now you tell me which method gives you the highest closing stock value. You tell me which method will give you. FIFO method will give you or LIFO method will give you highest closing stock value. Highest closing stock value. Bhumik Bansal. Very good. Highest closing stock value will be given under FIFO. Correct. Because I am asking you, my dear, please listen. I am asking you to find out what is the closing stock value. If you use FIFO, what will happen? The less values will be given for your production. Whatever is remaining at the last will give you the highest closing stock value. But under inflationary trends, if you want to show lowest closing stock value, then which method you will take? Lowest closing stock value, then which method you have to use? You should use the LIFO method, because ये वाला जो कुछ भी higher purchases आप कर रहे हो, इसको आप लेके what will be the balancing? The lower value of purchases वो आपको बन जाता है the lower value of the purchases. Is this clear, everybody? Do you have any doubts? This is there in your MCQ question. So that is why I did. So they will ask you as per accounting standard, which is a better method, FIFO method. Inflationary trends में which method gives you the highest value of the closing stock? FIFO method. Which gives you the lowest value? LIFO method. These are all basics. How do you understand? From the concept you understand. Is that clear? Everybody? Clear till now? Do you have any doubts? Do you have any doubts? I want everybody of you to answer, please. Inventory is one of the most, in deflation, it's going to be the opposite. Nikhil, this also you want me to answer, you tell me. Simply want me to talk the other part also. In deflation, what happens? Deflation, it keeps on reducing. So you will start with 50, 40, 30, 20. So whatever you have arrived, it will be the opposite. Okay. Now I am going to perpetual inventory system. What should I do? How should I do? In perpetual inventory system there is no simple average. Okay, so तो simple average को आप एक method में ही don't consider, but you should know concept wise आपको you have to understand what is simple method, simple average. तो मैंने किया है, but आपको importantly from the point of view of exam you will just get 3 methods. ओके, यू विल जस्ट गेट थ्री मेथड्स, वो होता है लीफो, फीफो एंड वेटेड एवरेज। ओके, अभी मैं परपेचुअल इन्वेंट्री सिस्टम में आपको एक क्वेश्चन यहाँ पे करती हूँ। परपेचुअल में क्या होता है, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन परपेचुअल? परपेचुअल डज नॉट वेट for a period of time. What they will do instead, every time as and when it comes and goes, they will record it immediately. तो यहाँ पे मैं आपको एक example I will be taking it. This is nothing but illustration number 10. No, illustration number 11. 11. I will write it on the board. Don't worry. You don't have to see. I'm not going to share my screen and disturb the entire thing. Illustration number 11. In the illustration number 11, what is given to me is, all of you please see, I have date, I have particulars and details. So first date comes to 1/1/2022. Opening inventory. So this is nil. And then again 1/1/2022, I am making a purchases at 100 units at 30 per unit. This is also very easy. You don't have to worry, but just listen. On 15/1/2022, I am issuing. I have issued 50 units yahan pe. Okay. Then again on 1/2, that is February, purchases I am making. This is at 200 units at 40 per unit. And then next, on 15th February, I am issuing. 20th February, I am issuing. This is also issue. This is also issue. I am doing 100 units and 100 units. यहाँ पे आपको, what is the difference? First difference that you identify in periodic and perpetual is that periodic में आपको directly they say total issues ये है madam और total purchases ये है. But here we have transaction wise purchases and issues. So here what I have to do, after each and every transaction, I should arrive at the closing balance. That's all simple. When I was doing periodic, in periodic, what was happening? In periodic, totally, I know this much I have purchased. इतना यूनिट्स मैंने परचेज किया है, इतना यूनिट्स मैंने इश्यू किया है, और जो कुछ भी बाकी है 2600 माइनस 1600, 1000 इज क्लोजिंग स्टॉक. सो अब इस 1000 को किस अमाउंट से आई शुड मल्टीप्लाई, दैट इज व्हाट वी लर्नड देयर. बट यहाँ पे सेम कॉन्सेप्ट है, बट वी डोंट वेट अंटिल द पीरियड इज ओवर. यहाँ पे वी हैव ओपनिंग इन्वेंट्री है, सम इज कमिंग, यू आर परचेजिंग और इश्यू कर रहे हो. सो एवरी ट्रांजैक्शन के बाद you should do the balance. So how do I do it? Very simple, my dear students. Please see the presentation of the question. इस presentation को लेके don't get afraid. Very easy. So here is the date. आपको columns बनाना है इस तरह से, receipts, issues और closing balance. These are the broad heads. उसमें से आपको लिखना है units, price, amount. Units, price, amount. Units, price, amount. Clear all of you? This is the first step, first one. Now, my dear students, date है 1/1/2022. वहां ओपनिंग इन्वेंट्री कुछ है नहीं, so it is all clear, finish. First one. Now see the second one. On the same date I have made purchases. Purchases को हम बोलते हैं receipts. So this is purchases. कितना वो परचेस किया है? 100 यूनिट्स, 30 रुपीज, 3000 rupees is the value of this inventory. This is the value of the inventory. Okay, do we have any issues made on this particular date? No madam, dash. So अभी closing balance क्या बन जाता है? Whatever you have purchased, that will come here. Units है 100, price है 30, this comes to 3000. Units, price and amount. Clear? Any doubts up till this particular step? Very, very easy. Any doubts you have? I want everybody to answer. Now we go to the next one, issues. Madam, 15th May, there is some issue. So 15/1/2022. No purchases. So dash dash in purchases, that is receipts. Issue में कितना issue किया है 50. Madam, इसका यहाँ पे value नहीं है madam. Which means that this question they're asking you to solve under FIFO. तो यहाँ पे, all of you please see, यहाँ पे 50 units have been issued. Only one batch है यहाँ पे. तो लीफो है, फीफो है, वेटेड एवरेज है, व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम? आई कैन ओनली इश्यू इट फ्रॉम दिस बैच, करेक्ट? एक ही बैच है मैडम. इफ देर आर 2-3 बैचेस देन आई शुड सी लीफोवा फीफोवा. हियर ओनली वन बैच मैडम. सो दिस 100 में से आई विल इश्यू 50 एट द सेम रेट. सो 1500 मैंने इश्यू किया है. सो फ्रॉम 100 आई विल सब्ट्रैक्ट 50. अभी मेरे पास 50 है. 30 रुपीज का 1500 is my value. When you issue, total balance से वो deduct करना पड़ेगा because it has been removed. Till this, any doubts you people have? हमने ये वाला किया, this over, this over. Still 3 more are there. All of you with me? Are you all understanding what is happening here? Irrespective here, whether it is FIFO or LIFO, only one batch is there, so it will be the same. Everybody, I want you people to answer. Now we come to the next one. On 1st February, madam, again I purchased. Yes, now the second batch is entering. This is 8,000 dash dash. No issues, madam. Now you people see. Now you people see. 15th one once more. Okay. All of you please see, this is issues. V Mars is asking me about issues. आप जब issue करते हो Mars, you are not going to write it in purchases. आप लिखते हो उसको issues के जगह पे. कितना इश्यू किया है, जस्ट गिवन अबाउट क्वांटिटी. मैडम कौन सा वैल्यू आई हैव टू टेक? यू सी, आपका क्लोजिंग बैलेंस में कितना बैचेस है? एक ही बैच है. सो आउट ऑफ द 100 आई एम इशूइंग 50. तो इस बैच का प्राइस क्या है? ये होता है 30. सो हमने हमने इश्यू किया है 1500. बाकी इसमें से क्या है? इट इज देयर 1500. अभी देखो, इस ट्रांजैक्शन के बाद, ऑल ऑफ यू प्लीज सी, इस ट्रांजैक्शन के बाद it will not be like that, Yuvraj. Same day both will not occur. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it either. See this. Now here, madam, already I have 50, 30,500. Now after this purchase, I now have another batch where the price is different. So this is the value. Did you understand here? अभी एक बैच से दो बैच बन गया है because purchases, different dates, different rates. I am showing it like this. Now, madam, please tell me on 15/2. Maz, are you there? 15/2, I am issuing no purchases, but I am issuing 100. Now comes FIFO method because two batches are there. If I use FIFO method, जिसको मैं first attack करती हूँ, first is I've issued 100 units. No, इस 100 को I will take first from where? I will take it from the first batch. So out of 100, 50 comes from the first batch and remaining 50 comes from the next batch. So ये होता है ऐसा. Is this clear? Okay. I will explain it to you. I will explain it to you. I will explain. Please see this. All of you, please see here. The next one is 100 units I have issued. But the entire 100 units, they are asking me to follow FIFO method. So when I take FIFO method, what is the meaning? This balance column, Tanishka, while I purchased on 1st of February, one more lot. This is the second lot I purchased. So when there are two different lots in two different rates, I should write the balance column separately. Where did you get this one from, ma'am? This one is already there with me. I did not issue. Where did you get this one from, ma'am? Now I have made a purchase. That is what I am writing it here. Now the next point is it says 100 units have been issued. If 100 units have been issued using FIFO method, out of 100, first batch you should first eliminate. So that 50 will come here. 50 into 30 gone. But out of 100, 50 comes from first batch over. The next 50 comes from 200. So this 50 I am taking from 200. So my dear students, now what will be the closing balance? It will be 150 into 40, which is 6,000. Or in other words, this 8,000 minus 2,000, this will be 6,000. This 50 totally I have taken it from my thing. Now the last one on 22, again receipts are there, madam. This is 100. Now this 100, the only batch that is remaining with me is how much? 150 units, madam. So I will take it at 40. It will be 4,000. The final answer, 50 units at 40 rupees, 2,000. So as per FIFO method, if I'm going to calculate after these transactions, the end result is 50 units at 40, which is 2,000 rupees. This is how a perpetual system will look like. Perpetual system में what is the difference? Perpetual system में the point is perpetual system, the point is after each and every transaction, I am going to ascertain what is the closing balance. Yes, ascertain what is the closing balance. Did you all understand this? How I am getting the closing balance? I am seeing purchases hai, issues nahi hai. So whatever comes here, I am taking. Issues are there, then I am subtracting it. Balance value I am taking. If one more time they are purchasing, okay, if one more time I am purchasing, I have to take here. Okay. These last two transactions, Pragati wants me to explain. Miss Pragati, last two issues हुआ है. Okay, Pragati? The first issue for 100 units. But आप जब ये first issue 100 units के लिए कर रहे हो, can you take it? आपके पास दो batch में है. You have two batches in your books and issue है एक हुआ है 100 units का. तो आप कहाँ से लेते हो? You should check the method. तो FIFO method से suppose FIFO method is given to you in the question. I told you first in, first out. So first purchases is your 50 units का batch. So वहां से 50 आप लेते हो. किस value से? 50 का value है 30, so 1500. The next 50, because 100 में 50 यहाँ से आया है. Remaining 50 will come from the second batch. That is 200 में से 50. Okay, that is 50, 40 और ये वाला बात हो गया है 2000 का. So after this 50 is gone. 200 में से 50 इश्यू हुआ है. रिमाइनिंग आपके पास स्टिल हाउ मच मोर क्लोजिंग बैलेंस इज देयर? 200 माइनस 50, 150. तो वो उसका रेट है सेकंड बैच का परचेजेस. सो दैट आई विल राइट इट हियर. नाउ सी द लास्ट वन. 100 यूनिट्स का परचेज है. मैडम देन 100 वाई आर नॉट स्प्लिटिंग एज 50-50? Because not required. For me, I have only one batch. In that one batch, fully 100 units I can take because 150 units are there. So 100 I've taken completely. So remaining is 50. Issued for consumption is not technically same as sales, Harshit. Issues का meaning है वो आप further production करने के लिए you are issuing. So issues आपका ही see issues आपका ही business में use हो जाता है. Okay, but sales you don't use it. उसमें से आप money you earn it. Now, Valama Setti Sumant is asking me, Madam, if this method, if they give under LIFO method, I am going to do that only next. Can you people try and tell me under LIFO method what will be the value? Now, let us come back to the next point. Okay. So, Madam, yehi sum, the same sum, if they are going to give me under LIFO method, Madam. So, how do I do? My point is, my dear students, you have no problem. Okay. You will have no problem until this. The first issue के लिए there is only one particular batch here, correct? So till this it will remain the same. Now coming, the point will change from here. All of you please listen very carefully. Pragati, others, Sumant, everybody please see. So after the purchases with me, I have two batches now. 50, 30, 1500, 248,000. Till this is okay. Now I am doing this 100. Now you people tell me, is 100 ke liye, if I'm going to follow LIFO method, from which I will take? Yes, some of you have given the better answer. Okay. So you will take it from here. So 100 into 4, 4,000. I have exhausted. So 50 is remaining like that only. I'm not touching 50. But in 200, 100 I have taken. So remaining is 100 at 40,500. Ye wala baat aayega. Again, see, next again you're issuing 100. Again, this 100 in LIFO method, from which will you take? You will be taking, just a minute, you will be taking it from this batch. Again, 144,000 will be done. So this is gone now. Remaining is 50 into 30,500. 50 into 30,500. The closing stock value is 1,500. Clear, ma, here? Somebody says, Madam, this is easy than periodica. Periodic is actually very, very easy. I mean, both are easy only, but it depends on how you are able to understand. I'm happy if you have understood the difficult one first, Priyal. Now, madam, the same question you tell me, if it comes under weighted average, what I should do? If the same question comes under weighted average, what I should do? Until this step, it is all the same. Again, I'm going to rub this, okay? You understood the LIFO, no? Now we go to weighted average. Until this step, everything is the same. Whenever you get two batches, just find out a common price. यहाँ पे 250 और total 9,500 divided by 250. ये आपको बन जाता है. What is the value? Weighted average method, you get 38 rupees here as the value. What is this? 38 rupees as the common value. Very good. Now, when you issue 100, it is out of the total batch here. So, it converts into one single batch because आपने average किया है price को. दोनों मिला के एक ही amount you have arrived at the weighted average price. So the two batches now gets converted into one single batch of 250. So इसमें से 100 आपने issue किया है 38 में, 100 आपने issue किया है 38 में, फिर आपके पास how much है? 50 into 38,900. So this will be my weighted average. How did you take 50, madam? Total 250, madam. In that 200, 100 एक बार 100 एक बार issue हुआ है. So remaining is 50. This is the weighted average. How 38 has come, Miss Jayashri? Please see here. Jayashri, 38 is nothing but I have taken the weighted average method. FIFO over, LIFO over. Now weighted average. In weighted average, what I should do? I should multiply the units into price, gives me amount. Amount ka total divided by units ka total. This is still the units, my dear students. Please see, still units, still amount. Total of amount divided by total of units. I got 38 rupees. So now this average becomes 38. Jayashri, did you understand? Did you all understand? With this, we have finished illustration number 11. Illustration number 12 is weighted average. That also we have finished. So with this, all the illustrations we have done with respect to the inventory. Perpetual and periodic both are very, very easy, provided you people practice it. Provided you people, what you do? You are going to practice it. Clear? Everybody? Did you all understand till now? Any doubts with this particular methods in these two methods, perpetual and periodic? Let me know if you have any doubts. Others, I want everybody to answer. Where did everybody of you go? Akshit, Ritu, Maz, Ashrita, Sumant, Nikhil, Vishnu, Navadeep, Jyoti, Sandeep, Sudarshana, Ikra. So, ma'am, simple average, yes, is only for understanding. That's all. Full clear, Ardhamaindi. Very good. Okay. Just take a 5-minute break. Ma'am, under LIFO was the answer 1,500. Yes, Majumdar, it was the answer. Here also simple average method. Simple average method, what will be? You tell me. 30 plus 40 divided by 2. So it will be 35. 50 into 35. What is the most expected question in the exam, ma'am? Shall I show you what question came in the exam? Okay. Before we take a break, I will show you what question came in the exam. January 2026, no sum has come from inventory. So immediately what you people will think, yo, this madam has thought little bit, it is confusing. Let us leave the concept. Don't do that. Okay. September 2025, you got one question. Sixth question, B part, 5 marks ke liye, you have got one question. Shall I show you what is that? But after that, the system will become black. Shall I show you how easy you have got this question? For everything, if you're going to practice it then and there, it is going to be very, very easy. So you people want to see what the question came in September? Hmm. Are you all able to see? See here. From the following particulars, ascertain the value of inventories as on 31st March. Opening stock is given to you, purchases is given to you, manufacturing expenses is given, selling, administrative, financial expenses, sales is given. What is this illustration? Which illustration it has come from? Okay, you want me to zoom it? It is your illustration number 8, abnormal loss question. The same question has come. Only the figures have been given to you differently. Now tell me, now you will tell me, okay, illustration 8 alone I will practice. No, do everything. Illustrations, if you're thorough with your textbook and your practical questions, it is very, very easy. Now come a little bit down. Now you will say, Madam, with that it is not over, Madam. See, something else also is given to us in this question, Madam. This you did not teach. I taught you everything. At the time of valuing the inventory as of 31st March 2024, a sum of 7,500 was written off on a particular item remaining in balance, which was purchased for. So 70,000 minus 7,500, whatever is the value, you are going to subtract it from inventory. I want all of you to start doing this question. Please start doing this question. Okay. I am erasing this. I want you people to do. Now, my dear students, you will now tell me on 15th March, the goods of the value, sale value of 20,000 included in the above sales were sent on sale or return basis to one customer. The period of approval being 4 weeks. He returned 40% of the goods on 10th April, approving the rest. This one part alone, from where did they take? You tell me which illustration they took and they got it here. This is coming from your illustration number 9. Yes, which you saw, no? There. It will be taken. Now, you people, combination of two things, where you are going to use, you have to tell me. Okay? You tell me. Madam, if GST was included in sale on approval, bah. Harshit, you want to complicate your life and everybody's life, Harshit, please. No GST will be given. Do this question. I want to see how you people will arrive at the profit value correctly. Profit is given 20% on sale. Sale value is given. From the sale value, you will subtract the 65,000. That is okay. Correct? Now, what is that you're going to do with this particular adjustment? Let us see how you are understanding this. I'll give you 5 minutes to solve because this is a 5 mark question. Do the presentation neatly. September 2025, sixth question, B part. Open the trading account, write inventory. There you show 176,900 minus whatever you have to do. Purchases, manufacturing expenses. Will you take selling, administrative, financial expenses? No, you are not supposed to take them. Very good. You are not supposed to take them. I am zooming the question for the benefit of the students who are not able to see. This is the zoomed question. Okay. Please see, this is the zoomed question, and I will show you the necessary details from here. Yes. This question, see it like this. Please do 5 minutes start. Okay. Are you all there? Did you all do it? What are the answers? संग्राम की हाँ Akshit Gupta. Okay, correct answer. Sumant, what is your answer? Arshita Reddy. Madam, inventory trade as on this is 11 lakh 77,600. Closing stock. Pragati, you are right. Pragati, the second answer is right. Gross profit, well, Sumant, no, that is not right. Mr. Akshit, you don't have to type anything. Vishnu, yes, you're right. Vishnu is right. 8,000 ma'am sale on return basis. That is what you have to do, no? You people have to find out what it is, no? Gross profit is 2,89,400. No, Zoya. No, 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 no. So you want me to? Shall I start doing the question? You want me to do the question? संग्राम की धर्म अधर्म है सत्य असत्य है All of you, please see here. Whenever I tell you something, did you all open? People who have got the right answers, okay, good, very good. So don't build overconfidence because of that. Anytime anything can happen. What is the opening inventory? What is the opening inventory? Opening inventory is 1,76,900 minus 70,000 minus 7,500. Now, first tell me, did you all get this answer right? What is the answer for this, everybody? You can't see me, Priyal Kumari. See again, the screen is blocked for all of them. Where are you? So what is this opening stock net value is 1,14,400. Is this clear for people whoever it has been blacked out? No, please go and rejoin again quickly. Quickly rejoin Priyal. The others, please quickly rejoin. I'll give you 2 more minutes. Please rejoin, ma. Until then, I will be writing whatever is the given to us next. Okay. So two purchases, the next one. What is the value of the purchases? And two manufacturing expenses. So this is something no adjustment. Directly, I'm going to write purchases. I will write, which is 9,64,000. And this is 1,90,000. Am I right? Clear, everybody? Yes. Now, madam, selling administrated financial, it will not come. Please give a note in the question stating that these do not form a part of the cost of the inventory. Over. Now, I will have to find out or I will have to write two things, sales, and here is gross profit. Correct, everybody? Now come back. Let us open a working note for sale. So first thing total sales value is how much? 15 lakh and 37,000. 15 lakh and 37,000. Out of that minus the abnormal item. What is the abnormal item? Which is nothing but 65,000. This I know, madam. But since here I have an adjustment of goods of the sale value 20,000 cent recorded or included in the sales. Whenever you are going to include the sale on approval basis in sales, you are supposed to remove them. You are supposed to remove them. Sale on approval basis which is being included. Sales में जो कुछ भी approval basis से include हुआ है that you are not going to take as the sales for that month because अभी तक हुआ है क्या वो sales नहीं. In April some part is returned, some part is still there with them. उसका कोई adjustment नहीं करना है. The only adjustment that you do is whatever approval का goods included in sales उसको हटा दो. That also will be subtracted because they are sent on approval basis but still no sales is made. Sales made, yeah? No. So 14 lakh and 52,000 is the net sales. How many of you got this correct here? You people tell me how many of you got this here correctly? If you get that correctly, over question. If you get that correctly, over question. इसमें से 20% profit है, वो बन जाता है 2,90,400. 2,90,400. Now यहाँ पे Mr. Sumant has told me, madam, then closing stock may I should show the goods that are not even that they are there in the month of this particular thing. No, madam. So he says out of this 20,000 minus 40% which is returned, that comes to 8,000. Remaining 12,000 I should remove the profit. Correct? No, 60% of that is I should show, which is there on approval basis. And on that profit, if you am going to see what is the profit, madam? Profit comes to 20%. So 20% of this, if I'm going to remove, I have to show it here, no, madam. Sorry, I am not, wait. 20,000 is the total value. How much I have been returned or how much I have been rejected? 40% has been returned. 60% he has taken it on the base. That is right. Okay. So now coming back out of this good sent on approval basis, 20% whatever he has returned and rejected, that is happening when. So let us take this particular thing. Don't even consider. Now what you do is after you have got something on this particular value, see here on this particular value, come back. Huh. What is the total value? Can somebody add and tell me? Yes, 40% is return. See, ideally, no, 20,000 approval, it is sent on approval basis. On this, how much is the profit that is included, ma? 20%, no. So directly go here, remove that profit, and 16,000 worth goods will still be there in the closing stock. में आपको add करना चाहिए, correct, no? You should add it in the part of the closing stock. Now you will tell me, madam, थोड़ा return हुआ है, थोड़ा approval में है, but as of 31st of March, you don't have the information of the goods that are rejected or that are returned. So assuming that you are doing everything on the 31st of March, whatever goods have been sent on approval basis, they are not considered as sales. So sales से उसको कम कर दो, selling price. But the cost price of that entire should come into the closing stock. No. So you understand. So by you can write goods on approval basis. You are taking at the cost of 16,000. So what is the total value that you have got, ma? 15 lakh 58,800. This is 15 lakh 58,800. If you are going to subtract the closing stock comes to, all of you please see, the closing stock comes to 90,800. This is 16,000. This is 90,800. Did you understand this one? But in your exam presentation, let me give you a good news. They did not take this at all. So directly in your exam presentation, they have not shown this at all. And they have added that 16,000 here. So 1,06,800. ये है closing stock का value. You can give a note and say the closing stock includes. If you have this confusion, madam, I don't know what to do, then you do only one thing. Sales say 20,000 ko subtract karke, chup chap, just find out the closing stock and then write a note that this value of closing stock includes the value of goods sent on approval basis. That's all. Did you understand this now? Pragati, Akshita, you leave. I want others to answer. Jyoti, Maz, Sumant, then Akshita, Sandeep, Ashrita, sorry, not Akshita, Ashrita Reddy, Bhumik, others. I want everybody of you to answer. So this was the question that came for 5 marks in the exam. So यहाँ पे तो when you see the question and you discuss, it will be very easy for you. Okay, madam, this much only no. When you start doing the question only, you will understand where what basis is come. So Majumdar, the point is Did you understand that 20,000 should be subtracted from this particular sale value? Approval basis 20,000 rupees is sent, but that sale value should be subtracted. That is clear for you? If that is clear, over, finish it off. By this particular one, you know the concept that 20% is profit. So 20,000 minus 20%, 16,000 is the value of the goods you have sent out cost. So this value should be added along in your with your closing stock. तो यहाँ पे दोबारा you don't have to show it because whatever closing stock you're getting, इसमें the 16,000 is already included. That is how they've shown it in your exam ka presentation. Is that clear? It means that this closing stock, it shows it has 16,000 already included in it. That's all. Did you all understand? Okay, good. So now did you people understand where where your workings or where your notes are going wrong, everybody? Yes, understood. Okay, good. Now let me go ahead. Now the time is coming down. So 12:40, no? Freight of 300 unloading charges. Yes, add that. That is a part of the that is a part of your adjustment. Okay. Now let us go ahead and see the practical question number 3. Because see, true or false and MCQs also you will be able to do. But I want to solve the major question for you. Practical question 3, practical question 4. The other parts you people will be able to do, which is just the MCQ. So let me show you practical question number 3. In practical question number 3, my dear students, they have found out that profit and loss and the stock value is already arrived. Okay, but they did few mistakes in them. So by doing the mistakes, now what is happening is the value of profit also will change. The value of the inventory will also change. Now we are going to see what is that we have to do. So practical question number 3, you will have to prepare an adjusted profit and loss account. Why adjusted? Because already you prepared the basic P&L account and you got a net profit of already. In the question I will see, I'm not going to share the screen again, that's going to get blacked out, so no worries. I will see, you also see your own question, so we will see. So this is 6 lakh rupees net profit already there. And then step number 2, they're also asking the valuation of the closing stock. So present valuation of the closing stock is the actual value arrived is 3,75,000. So now read the mistakes. There are just 5 mistakes. Is mistakes ke wajah se, what is the effect that will happen? Okay. There will be few mistakes. Please listen very carefully, attentively. There will be few mistakes, which due to which just the profit and loss account, if you're going to give an effect, that is okay. Stock may you need not give the effect. तो हम जब कोई भी अभी adjustments जो कुछ भी हम पढ़ रहे हैं उसके लिए एक ही जगह पे आ सकता है यानी दो जगह पे आ सकता है. So the mistake can have effect only in the adjusted P&L or it can also come in the closing stock. So we will read, we will understand, we will apply the common sense and then see where it is coming. So the first one is purchases for the year included 15,000 paid for new electrical fittings. So purchases for the year, it included 15,000 which was paid for electrical fittings. So ये वाला mistake है. This is a mistake that has happened where you have recorded as purchases 15,000 rupees, but that is not purchase of goods. That is purchase of electrical fittings. वो बन जाना था capital asset. But wrongly you have increased or debited your purchases account. तो अभी उस purchases नहीं चाहिए. Purchases को reduce करो. What will happen? You tell me. When you reduce the purchases, will your profit increase or decrease? When you reduce the purchases, whether your profit increases or decreases. When you reduce purchase, what happens, ma? Expense hai purchase. Purchase ko reduce karte ho, profit is increased. So please write by electrical fittings or wrong purchases, you can now increase your profit of 15,000. But effect of closing stock, मैडम परचेज अभी रिड्यूस कर रहे हो, but already that will be taken care in your profit. So just profit alone, you are going to take a hit. 15,000 rupees की wrong effect से your profit increases. Is this clear? Now the second point. Hanuman gave away goods valued 40,000 as free samples. Entry नहीं हुआ है, entry नहीं किया है. That means what, my dear students? Purchases, if you are going to distribute as free samples, entry क्या आता है? We are going to see this in our next chapter. It will be advertisement or samples. Advertisement के लिए you are giving free samples. Debit to purchases. तो कहाँ पे आता है? First purchases reduce हो रहा है, which is how much? 40,000, correct? 40,000 and 40,000. तो बस first purchases reduce होने से we say by free samples 40,000. But again, this one purchase is reduced. But this one again, advertisement, ये होता है आपका indirect expense. So expense बढ़ जाता है, purchases कम हो जाता है. जब expense बढ़ जाता है, you will write it here. So 40,000 का literally no effect is there because this is a particular transaction where both trading account में purchases reduced बट पी एंड एल अकाउंट में एक्सपेंसेस इंक्रीज्ड. सो एक तरफ एक्सपेंसेस रिड्यूस हो रहा है, एक और तरफ एक्सपेंसेस इंक्रीज हो रहा है. सो दिस विल हैव नो इफेक्ट ऑन द प्रॉफिट. तो मैडम व्हाई आर यू राइटिंग बोथ साइड्स? डोंट राइट नो, आई शुड राइट एंड शो बिकॉज द इफेक्ट यू शुड नो. नो, आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस वन? डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड everybody till now? Did you understand the both adjustments? Yes, both of you understood both the adjustments. Okay, good. Now, please see the third one. Invoices for goods 2,50,000 have been entered, but the goods are not included in the stock. Invoice of the goods entered but not mentioned here of 2,50,000 का meaning क्या है? Purchases you have done, invoices have come, but you did not add it in the stock. So when you are not adding in the stock, it is not purchases में नहीं add किया है, उसका meaning वो नहीं है. Purchases, invoices have been done. That means purchase का amount you have increased. वो तो सही किया है. But the second effect of stock भी increase होना है ना. But did you increase the stock? No, madam. तो अभी देखो by the stock due to purchases तो भी आपको increase करना था उसको यहाँ पे because closing stock का value जब बढ़ता है whenever the closing stock value increases profit also increases and here also the stock due to purchases which you have not added in the closing stock kindly add it now. Okay, so this is the transaction which is affecting both the places. You are getting a hit here also where profit भी बढ़ता है because closing stock का value अभी तक जो कुछ भी आप you didn't take that you are going to add here and उसका value यहाँ भी the same amount you are going to add it. Is this clear, everybody? Akshit, please wait. You're asking the doubts again and again for the benefit of others. Please wait. Okay, please. Okay, now we go to the fourth one, very important one. In March 2022, goods of 2 lakh were sold and delivered, but it was taken as sales in April. No, no, this is sales for March only. So when you increase the sales, now you are going to bring in 2 lakhs into the books as sales for the month of March. We are talking about adjusted P&L only for the month of March. आप मेरे को बोल सकते हो, मैडम इस मंथ में सेल्स आई हैव कैंसल्ड अप्रैल एंड ब्रॉट इट हियर. तो ओवरऑल का इफेक्ट क्या बन जाता है? अप्रैल इज फॉर द नेक्स्ट ईयर बट मार्च अभी हम वी आर डूइंग क्लोजिंग इट फॉर द करंट ईयर. सो अप्रैल का सेल्स नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू ब्रिंग इट हियर. अप्रैल सेल्स to be taken as March. So only sales value is wrong. Stock correctly is included. Sales sold and stock delivered. That means stock से ये वाला हटा दिया है. It is reduced. So don't have to again adjust it here. No, only the sales value. So when sales increases, it is a book entry. Physically stock has gone. That they have taken care of. So here you will not touch the closing stock valuation, but only your profit will increase because sales is increasing. Okay, your profit will increase because sales is increasing. That is 2 lakh. Is this clear, everybody? 2 lakh 50, 2 lakh. Over this adjustment, did you all understand the fourth adjustment? The fourth adjustment, everybody? Very, very important, these illustrations, because practical questions are little different and difficult. So if you are going to understand the concept, afterwards you can go and practice. You might get the same question because the practical question number 4, which has come 2 to 3 times in the exam from inventories. Okay. That is why please take some time to listen. The last one is goods costing 75,000 were sent on sale or return basis in March at a margin of one third on cost. Though approval was given in April, they were taken as sales for March. Yes, now yahan pe dekho. Very, very important. Very easy only. But the point is you people will get afraid. So this working note में total cost of goods cost दिया है. Cost of goods sent on approval. कितना है 75,000. Now profit percentage, how they have given one third on cost. Cost है तो one third profit है 1/3 gives you 25,000. Apply this here. So total कितना sale value दिया गया है? All of you please see. Sale value which they have considered as sale for March. ये sale March का sale है? No madam, because approval is come in April madam. So this is not March का sale. तो अभी आप reverse कर दो madam. When I reduce the sale, when I reverse the goods on approval ka sale wala, my profit reduces. So the sale value is 1 lakh rupees. Don't take 75,000, but 1 lakh is the total sales. I have to reverse because March month में approval नहीं मिला है. So ये 1 lakh rupee जो कुछ भी आपने goods on approval basis बेच दिया है वो होता है April का sale, because that is coming in April. इसका opposite है, इसका opposite है. April में you have taken some sale, but that is March sale. So you have increased the sale. ये वाला sale है April का, but you have taken wrongly in March. So now you are reversing that. इसका opposite. Yes, Miss Jayashri, very, very good. She found out the point first. She said, Madam, okay, approval is not given, no, madam. So you should take the cost of the goods and add it with your closing stock. Very good. Add goods on approval because they are your goods only. Before closing the books, you will take them at the cost only. And here you're increasing. Yes, when my closing stock increases, this also will increase. My profit will increase. So goods on approval basis 75,000. That's all. Now ये वाला बन जाता है आपका 7 lakh rupees is my revised closing stock value. That is revised. And here it is 11 lakh and 80,000 total. 11 lakh and 80,000 minus 1 lakh 40. 10 lakh 40,000 is your adjusted or revised net profit. Is this clear? Adjusted or revised net profit. Is this clear? What, Mr. Akshit? You are not letting me teach in peace at all. What is your doubt? Second, third adjustment. Second, third. Okay, Harshit Madan. Okay, second one is adjustment of free samples. जब आप distribute करते हो free samples किसी के लिए, what happens? What is the entry? आप vomit कर दिया है books में enter करने के लिए. So what is the entry that you are going to pass? The entry will be the entry will be, my dear students, advertisement is an expense, indirect expense, so you will debit and you will be crediting the purchases, because purchases it reduces. Purchases will become less, so it reduces. Okay. So इसका effect क्या है? Madam, purchases is reducing, expense is reducing, so profit will increase. So एक बार मैं यहाँ पे 40,000 लिखा है. But why are you writing that on the debit side? क्यों debit भी कर रहे हो? Because in the P&L account, advertisement है आपका expense है. So advertisement is increasing no when you debit it. तो इसका इफेक्ट है, एक एक्सपेंस ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट में रिड्यूस हो रहा है और उसी एक्सपेंस P&L अकाउंट में इंक्रीज हो रहा है. when there is an increase and decrease of the same expense, profit में कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. So these two you have to write it and show it like this. That is point number 2. Point number 3, Mr. Akshit, invoices have been entered, but you have not shown that in your closing stock. Purchase 2,50,000 you have done. Purchases में सही entry you have given. But वो closing stock में add नहीं हुआ है. वो closing stock में add नहीं हुआ है. So that is why closing stock का भी I am increasing the value. Profit भी increasing the value. Is this clear, everybody? Sumant, Arshita, the others, Jayashri, Vaishnav, Pragati, Akshit, Sandeep, Zoya, Ikra, Priyal, Usashri. Okay, very good. Now we go to the final one of this particular chapter, which is practical question number 4. Just for 2 minutes, I'm just showing the screen so that you can take a screenshot or something later. Now, practical question number 4, there is nothing to get much confused, okay? But when you're doing the question, you're solving it, you will feel why this is not done, why that is not done. But actually, the concept is very simple. Okay. So now coming back, what in illustration number 10? Yeah. Illustration 10, we finished now. Okay. So now all of you see your practical question number 4. Physical verification of a business of verification of stock in a business was done on 23rd June. So this is your practical question number 4. Statement showing value of the stock as on 30th June. Here they have closed the books or they're asking you to find it on 30th June. What, madam, March nahi hai? You can have anything. Okay, so valuation or value of inventory as on 23/6/2022, they have given you the value is 48 lakhs. Okay. Now they have done earlier. You have to bring it to 1 week later. So in this case, what you are going to do? You should be adding the purchases and you should be subtracting the cost of sales. That is the first point you people have to understand. Okay. You will be 2 rupees extra. That is decimal rounding of please leave. Okay. So you should be adding the purchases. So the first point is all of you please see, you will have to add purchases. So the pehla adjustment, what is the first adjustment? Out of the goods sent on consignment, goods worth 2,40,000 were not sold. You are sending on consignment. My dear students, please see. आप जब consignment में send करते हो, receive नहीं है. This is not somebody else stock. आपका stock you have given on consignment to the other party. बट स्टिल उतना उसमें से कितना अनसोल्ड है 2,40,000. वो होता है आपका पर्सनल और आपका स्टॉक. Unsold stock on consignment. Please see, my dear students, unsold stock on consignment, which is your stock, 2,40,000 किसी और के पास है, but that value of 2,40,000 I'm going to show it in my books. Why? Because that is still my stock. Did you understand this illustration, this adjustment number 1? Everybody, did you understand the adjustment number 1? Good. Now adjustment number 2. Purchases of 4 lakhs are made, out of which 1,60,000 is received later. तो वो गुड इन ट्रांसिट में था। यहाँ पे डाउट आ सकता है, टोटल 4 lakhs लेना है या गुड्स जिसका ट्रांसिट में है, शुड यू सब्ट्रैक्ट देम एंड यू शुड टेक इट? नो, यू शुड टेक द टोटल परचेजेस उसको, बिकॉज ऑलरेडी द इनवॉइस इज डन इन योर नेम, द रिस्क इज ट्रांसफर्ड। आपका सेल ऑफ गुड्स एक्ट में रिस्क ट्रांसफर हो चुका है, बट स्टिल द गुड्स आर इन ट्रांसिट, बट स्टिल दे आर योर गुड्स ओनली. What is that? They are your goods only. So please see here. They are your goods only. So even you are supposed to show the total 4 lakh value. But if you see, it would have been taken as two things. So purchases for the month, you can take it as 2,40,000, which has come, and 1,60,000 that is in transit. If you want to show, you can show it in two different ways. So it is 1,60,000, 2,40,000. I'm sorry. It's not 1,60,000. It is total 4 lakhs. I am sorry. Like this, you can show, or you can also show in two methods. Like in your textbook, they have given you purchases for that month is 2,40,000 and goods in transit 1,60,000. Is this clear to everybody? Clear to everybody? Second transaction is clear. I want everybody of you to answer. Usashri, Prayal, Sudarshan, the others, Jayashri. Yes. Okay. Now we are going to go ahead and we are going to see one thing. All of you, please see. We are going to go ahead and see the next important, most important point. All of you see here. It is the third one. Sales were 13 lakh and 60,000, which includes goods worth 3 lakh 20,000 sent on approval. Half of these goods were returned before 30th of June. Okay, half of these goods were returned before 30th of June. Now, my dear students, all of you, please see, all of you see here, when goods are sent on approval. Okay, goods are sent on approval. Yes. Now, out of that, how much? 3,20,000 is the total value, out of which half, 50% is rejected. Now, what is the remaining 50% which is there with them? 1,60,000. Now, this value, you should show it as a part of your own stock, correct? You should show this value as a part of your own stock. So, how much that comes to, my dear students? You tell me. This value is at the selling price. What is the profit that you have? Profit is 20% on sales. So, if you are going to apply that and take the cost of the goods sent on approval, 1,60,000 minus 20%, it comes to 1,28,000. So this is the value of the goods you should add back. Why? Because goods on approval basis, which is not still approved, which comes to 1,28,000. Clear? This is okay? Now the point, you 25% cost, okay, sorry, 25% is given on cost, so convert that. Anyways, which it is 20% on sale only. I have not converted, I have just taken it as 20% from my memory, but it is 25% on cost, so you converted it on sale. Till this it is clear? Till this is it clear? Now the point is, madam, is 1,60,000 co B, you should take it into the stock. No. For this, the other side of the way that they have shown is in your textbook presentation. I can take that 1,60,000 here, or I can subtract it from the sales itself. which is 1,60,000, which I have returned the goods. Sales returns Jaisa, I can subtract it. I will take 12 lakh. But my dear students, directly on this 12 lakh, can you apply 20% and take that profit? No, because there is one abnormal item. Please see here. Abnormal item, goods costing 2,40,000 has been sold for 1,20,000. There is an abnormal sale also here. So profit directly, I cannot put 12 lakhs into 20% and get that value. Okay. Why I cannot do that? Because I need to do one small working note here. What is the working note, madam? Can you tell me? So the total sales is 13 lakh and 60,000. In this, you have already taken off the returns, which is 1,60,000. And now, abnormal sale value, whenever I tell abnormal item, 1,20,000. You have sold. I am talking about sale value. Please see. See, 2,40,000 is the cost of it, but you sold for 1,20,000. This is cost. This is the sale value. So net value, you got 1,20,000 as the loss. This sale value I am first subtracting because it is an abnormal sale. I taught you, please subtract that. Correct? I taught you. Please subtract that. So what is the actual sale, ma'am? 13,60,000 minus actual sale comes to 10 lakh and 80,000. Very good. 10 lakh and 80,000. Okay, ma'am. Now I got the normal sale. What is the profit percentage on this? It is 20 percentage. How, ma'am? 25% on cost, I converted it. So what is the actual profit now? Gross profit क्या होता है? Gross profit होता है, all of you please see, gross profit hota hai on this 20% is 2,16,000. So madam, whatever is the actual sale, total sale, I have brought that here. This is the uniform sale. But my dear students, यहाँ पे एक loss हो चुका है ना? There is again a loss on account of abnormal item, no? So that loss I should now include, no? But madam, you didn't talk about this particular loss when we were doing illustration number 8, no madam. वहां पे भी abnormal loss था, but you didn't tell or you didn't subtract that value. Then where did you show? There I've taken it into net P&L account. Here they are showing the profit entry here itself. So ये वाला loss जो कुछ भी है, this 1,20,000, I am subtracting it here. तो कितना है? What is my actual normal gross profit? 96,000 is the actual value of the gross profit. All of you please see here. There are two things because of the abnormal item adjustment के वजह से हमको दो और एक्स्ट्रा करना पड़ रहा है. What is that? So sales, usually it will be sales, whatever is the 12 lakhs. On this directly I can apply 20%. No. Because you have an abnormal item. यहाँ पे abnormal item का दो effect है. First effect is from the total sale value, subtract the sale value of the abnormal item. आपको मिल जाएगा, you will get the normal sales value. इसमें तब आप 20% को अप्लाई करते हो, you will get the normal profit. But उस टाइम पे abnormal loss भी है. So इस profit से you will give an effect. You can ask me, madam, in our illustration 8, practical question 2, हमने नहीं adjust किया है, madam. वहां पे assumption was I've taken that to the net profit and loss account. But definitely abnormal loss का adjustment I will give it. I told you earlier. I should subtract that. I should show that somewhere. उस illustrations में नहीं लिया है, but इस practical question में you are taking it directly. तो अभी मेरे को आया है 96,000 प्रॉफिट. सो आई हैव टू टेक कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स. तो अभी कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स क्या होता है मैडम? यहाँ पे 12 lakhs लिया है, minus 96,000 is what I will be taking. So 11 lakh and 4,000 I will subtract. Then madam, यहाँ पे you will not consider the abnormal sale or no? Abnormal sale adjustments will come only for computing the profit. ये वाला profit में ये 1,20,000 which is sale, 1,20,000 which is loss, सब कुछ adjust हुआ है. So if I just take 12 lakh minus 96,000, why only 12 lakh? ये वाला आपका goods on approval का returns है ना? That you have to take it here and you have to show it and arrive at the profit value. So now what is the value? Can somebody tell me? When I add all of this and subtract, I will be getting 44 lakh and 64,000, which is value as on. Is this clear? There will be no doubt for you on consignment, no doubt for you on purchases, and no doubt for you on the goods on approval basis. Till this, it will be clear. Okay, where your doubt will start is, मैडम इस abnormal item के लिए क्या करना है? Abnormal item के लिए यहाँ पे adjustment नहीं है. Profit में you have to show the adjustment. No abnormal loss. Normal loss वो include होता है अक्षित. Okay. Okay, I have two doubts. How profit 20% came? You tell me, Jayashri. 25 percentage on cost is given in the question. That is one fourth on cost. How will you convert it into sale? You tell me. That is the first basic we have started. No. How will you convert that into the sale? See, 25% on cost is 25 by 100, one fourth on cost. I told you one fourth, if you are going to add, this will be on sales, which is 1 by 5. That is, if you take percentage, it comes to 20%. That is your point one doubt over. Now, point number two, how 1,28,000 came? Because when goods are sent on approval basis, the returns 1,60,000 you have taken and adjusted here with the sales. But the remaining 1,60,000 approval nahi mila hai, that is still there with you. Correct? So that is still there with you. So how will you show it? You should take it, add it back in your inventory at the cost. So 1,60,000 is the sale value, but 20% on the sales is the profit. I remove this. 1,60,000 minus 20% will be 1,28,000. That's it. Yes, students. So this with this, my class now for this particular week is over. I'll be coming back and seeing you all after a week. Again, we'll be starting with chapter number 7. Yes, I hope you have understood. You have learned the two chapters, BRS and inventories. I have given you completely done all everything, including your exam papers. Okay, I would request all of you to please go back, study, do, practice, 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 practice. Only then you will not forget it. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye. Ajit over. Adi Vivek over. Bye bye.